I have no one with whom I can speak English.
Mm-hmm.
Like someone.
That's great. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. What about you, ma'am?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. So, I see this is your 136th session today. How has the journey been so far? Do you see any visible progress in the conversation?
Yeah, I have joined Clapimo last month, and I have
Mm-hmm.
seen a big difference in my communication skill. Like I'm making mistakes still, but I feel confident, and yeah, I'm improving day by day.
Okay. Glad to hear that. Any specific areas that are still a concern, or that there are areas that you feel challenging?
Yeah, there is I have practiced a lot tenses, preposition, but yeah, pronunciation is like I'm facing some difficulties in pronunciation.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Let's go forward with the conversation today, and then we will check what we can do. Okay. Great.
Okay.
Have you gone through the session notes?
Yeah.
All right. The topic is weather.
Yeah.
It's something that I keep asking every learner I meet because at my place the weather is really, really bad. It is too hot. What
Okay.
about your
Where do
place?
you live, ma'am?
I live in Allahabad right now, UP.
Okay. So I live in Gurugram, Haryana, and here is weather
Okay.
is very cloudy today, and it was raining today. So
Okay.
now weather is enjoyable.
All right. So there are two idioms that I want to discuss about. The first idiom is right as rain. Okay. Which means someone is healthy, fit, and well. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you try and use this in a sentence? Right as rain.
Right as rain.
Hmm.
Yeah. My grandmother is
Mm-hmm.
right in rain. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
he's doing some. He he do some exercise on the daily basis.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you're talking about your grandmother, right?
Yeah.
Okay, there's a problem. You said he does it, right? It should be she does exercise. If you're
Yeah.
talking about grandmother, yeah.
Yes. Yes. See,
Okay, great.
she's doing
So,
exercise.
hmm, yeah, correct. Now, does the weather affect your mood easily, or you don't care much about it?
No, no. I care about weather whenever weather is a little cloudy and soothing. That time I feel energetic and I like to do
Mm-hmm.
some extra work, or it gives me energy also. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I like weather, and weather can change my mood, and yeah, so weather is important for me.
Okay, all right. Let us keep the weather topic aside because I want to check a few other things. Can you describe your daily routine to me?
Yeah, ma'am, sure. Uh, as you know, I'm Priyanka. I early, wake up early. I'm a early bird, so I wake up at say 7 a.m. daily, and after waking up, I usually have a cup of tea. I like tea, so after having a tea, I start reading. I always start reading books and whatever things I have to do, I try to do with
Mm-hmm.
my related to my studies, and after that, I uh, uh, have usually have my breakfast, and yeah, always help some. I always help to my mother in their kitchen. Yeah, and in uh, after after this I go for some rest, and in lunch, my lunch
Mm-hmm.
time is always around 2 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Having a good lunch, uh, having a good lunch. After having a good lunch, I go
Mm-hmm.
for a walk, like
Mm-hmm.
little walk we can say, on
Mm-hmm.
my stairs. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and after walking, I usually go little nap. We can say yeah, 10 to 15 minutes nap, and after that I start. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
usually start reading books again related to my subject, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, then I join some clapping sessions also. So
Mm-hmm.
it, and at around 5 p.m. I usually have a cup of tea again, or
Mm-hmm.
having a cup of tea, I go to a go to a park to for walking, and yeah, and 8 to 9 p.m. I have my dinner, and
Mm-hmm.
after having a dinner, I go to sleep at around 10 p.m. That is all about my daily routine.
Okay, cool. So I purposely asked you this question because most of the learners make mistakes in this one. Okay, first of all, the tenses go wrong and the words also quite go wrong. So I asked you this question. In your case, the good part is the tenses were on point. You said it very correctly. Okay, the pace was quite good, not very fast, not very slow. Okay, however, there are fine, minor mistakes. We will discuss them. Okay, the first mistake that I found is you said I am a early bird, right? Now here the
Right.
article a went wrong. An early bird. Yeah.
I'm an
Next,
early bird.
uh, I always help my mother to the kitchen, right? Now here to was not necessary, in was necessary. You help your mother in the kitchen. Yeah,
In their kitchen, I was saying like in their kitchen.
you said in the kitchen. Okay, all
In
right.
their kitchen.
So
In their kitchen.
okay.
I think it is also
Then
in their
in the
kitchen.
kitchen would be fine. In their kitchen is like, do you have a separate kitchen of your mother?
No, no.
No,
But I
right?
was
So
saying
it's
like in their
like,
kitchen.
yeah, in the kitchen is fine. Your house has only one kitchen and you go to that kitchen, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then the next one was I go little nap. Okay. Now in
Go.
Hindi, when we say that I'm going to go to sleep, right? So we go and then sleep. But in English, when you say you will be saying like I take a nap. Okay.
I
You
take a
don't
nap.
go for a nap, you just take a nap. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And then after having a dinner, you said. Okay.
Yeah.
So a dinner is like a specific dinner you're talking about of a particular day. You
Okay.
can simply say, I take dinner, right? So a was not necessary there. I think prepositions, as you rightly said, and the articles are going wrong here and there. They are going wrong, but we will work on it. It's okay. How often do you get to speak in English, Priyanka, in your surroundings?
Not that much because I have no one with whom I can speak English.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
so very very few minutes in a daily basis. Like recently I joined Clapping, so nowadays I uh, get a chance to speak little more.
Okay, great. Also, are you doing something like any exercise or any reading, writing stuff besides the clapping sessions?
Yes, yes. I start reading book like Ugly Love. I ordered that book because one of Clapping of Twitter told me about this book, uh, for vocabulary and pronunciation. So sorry for tenses. They recommend me the book, and I ordered that book. And yeah, yesterday I have received that book, and yeah, I start reading today only.
Okay.
Apart
Now,
from this, I'm doing some exercises also.
mhm. Okay. So I actually have a very different kind of recommendation for you. Okay. I don't think at this stage reading is going to help you. This is my personal feeling. I'll tell you. Okay,
Okay.
because when you generally read, you kind of tend to forget it. Okay, the mind does not register it very well. Okay, instead of reading, you can of course read the book that you got because they have also suggested. But I think your focus should be more on listening right now. Okay, I
Listening.
will not I will not recommend you to watch English movies or English news channels because that language is very different than our daily conversational language. Okay,
Yeah.
I I think we need to work on the basic conversation skills. Yeah.
Yeah.
For that, when you listen more, your mind will register the sounds more that you listen. Okay, and then you will be able to imitate that, or you will be able to say that in the exact same way. Okay,
Yeah.
so here I have a few recommendations. Like you can watch more podcasts. Do you watch podcasts?
Not right now, but in past, like I
Mhm.
usually watch, listen podcast Alina Reyes, ma'am.
Okay, I would suggest let's not go to the Western podcast right now. Okay, let
Okay.
us focus on Indian conversations, Indian simple conversations. Okay, let us make the base very strong, and then we will go on to adding vocabulary or voice modulation, or then the other fancy things can be done later. Okay, the basics, let's work on that. So listen to more Indian podcasts. If you want, you can slow down the speed of it. I know podcasts are boring at sometimes.
Yeah.
They are very long. What you can do is only strictly listen to 15 minutes. Okay.
Okay. On the
In
daily
that,
basis.
yeah. In that 15 minutes, pay attention to every word said, every sentence that is said, how the first sentence is connecting to the second sentence. Yeah. Because that will build your flow. Right now, what is happening? You are saying the sentence, then next sentence, then next sentence. So there's no continuity. Yeah. So you can listen more, and then it will automatically register in your mind. Okay. Do
Yeah.
this at least for 10-15 days. You will be able to see visible results. There's one more exercise that you can do. Whenever in podcast, usually one person asks questions, right? When the question is asked, pause it for a minute and you try to answer it in your way, okay, in your perspective. This will
Okay.
give you a little opportunity to speak, and you will get an instant comparison of how the answer was said by the other person and how you said it. Okay,
Yeah.
that is one exercise you can do. Keep it short, 15 minutes only, but pay
Yeah.
attention to every detail. Okay, and the
Okay.
last thing I wanted to tell you is don't watch the podcast because half of your attention will be divided in watching it. Just listen
Yeah.
to it with earplugs. Okay,
Okay.
so
So, ma'am, can you
in the
suggest any podcast? Like,
sure, if you want, I'll write it in the chat box. I was
okay.
listening to one podcast right now. It is really good.
Like I need easy language, like which is
Yeah. I will.
understandable.
Yes, I will give you the easy ones. This is one. Um, are you interested in Bollywood?
No, not really.
Not much. Okay. These are the two that I recommend you. Nikhil Kamath is also good. Podcasts are usually long, one hour, 50 minutes,
Yeah.
60 minutes, but you take a chunk of 15 minutes only. Okay. The
Okay.
first one that I gave you is really good. Ron Malhotra is a very good speaker. So he does not do any extra things, but the way he speaks is really good. So observe his speaking. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
And let us focus on the Indian English first. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay. Great. It was lovely meeting you, Priyanka.